Hi, I'm Shannon. I hardly ever share my story and why I do or how I started doing what I do. I don't know. I just like to keep it close, I think, but I believe that if I share, I can prayerfully encourage someone. So, particularly you ladies, especially you moms, professional ones, I can relate. Stay at home moms, yep, I can relate to that too. Those with little bitty kids and those with middle schoolers, bigger high school kids, even college kids, I can relate. Although I'm not raising children right now during all this craziness, I feel you because, like you, I raised my children in very challenging circumstances. It wasn't a pandemic and the craziness, unrest in the world, but our oldest was born with a congenital heart defect. You talk about throwing a wrench into the plans I had mapped out. Well, he needed open heart surgery. And this was 28 years ago. So technology has advanced a lot since then. So I informed my husband I was quitting my good job. No, it wasn't a discussion. I was telling him what was going to happen and he was going to have to deal with it. I was very young, immature, selfish, dealing with these extraordinary circumstances. But, he was having to deal with it too. So our son had surgery at 12 months, 18 months open heart, 16 years old in high school. And then his senior year at Ohio State, he came home during winter break and he had his fourth open heart surgery. And he's good now. Thank God. He's great. He's strong. He's healthy. He's my inspiration, my hero. He's smart. He's, thank God, a great kid, grown man, grown. Before he turned 4, we had our other 2 children. So, and we were traveling. We moved to different states around the country. Every time we moved to a state, we had a kid, basically. And like I said, I had left this career corporate job, and now I've created a new situation, right? And we were just young. I mean, we were dealing with things that we hadn't signed up for, right? And I wasn't appreciating his role, he wasn't appreciating mine. And so things weren't really good between us. It was crazy. And the bottom line was, I am a control freak and realizing I couldn't control anything really. The circumstances, I didn't have control of them. The only thing that I really could control was how I responded to things, and I wasn't good at it. And it was unveiling how I didn't have confidence, how insecure I was, like old childhood wounds. I mean, it was messy. I was unhealthy. I was sad. I was resentful. I had put myself now in a situation where I need to ask my husband for money. And I mean, that might work for some people, but it wasn't working for me. So when I hit my bottom, low, I just put my hands up and I went back to my roots and I just asked God to please help me. And I mean, I surrendered myself and promised him that no matter what happened, I would trust him. And I surrounded myself with loving people who also trusted God and they were loving and encouraging me. And really, God showed me myself, good, bad, and ugly. And it was beautiful looking back, that transformation. Have you ever surrendered? I mean, really? It's uncomfortable, but it's an unload. It's so freeing. So, okay, fast forward to 2020. I've been a wellness mentor now for 20 years, personal trainer, fitness instructor. I was leasing a space at a yoga studio, working at the Y. I've been there for like 18, 19 years. Love that place. Working with and contracting with major insurance companies, doing demonstrations and um, instruction tutorials and things like that. And then COVID hit. So, like you, I had to make some serious decisions and what to do. I had no idea, but I was going to continue to trust, right? So then more crazy things happened. I seriously injured my back. I had not injured myself in the 20 years in the wellness industry, but I strained my back and that took me out for a minute. And then not anything having to do with fitness or anything, just a fluke accident. I fell and broke my ankle. I mean, really? But you know what? I promised and I was determined I'm going to trust him. I'm telling you, if this was 20 years ago, I would have been a wreck. Just in my head, worry, worry, worry. And I would fuss with myself. And just that self talk was terrible. I would have been envious of other people and why me and sorry for myself. But this time, nope, I'm resting. During all the turmoil, COVID, all this, I'm resting. Now, resting doesn't mean not progressing. Okay. I was taking breaths. I was staying close and connected to people who were encouraging and hopeful and loving. And I was resting in the belief that I would be directed into the direction that I should go in. And thank God I'm not where I was 28 years ago, 25 years ago, because now I'm like, okay, how is God going to bless me in this situation? you know? And I'm going to stay focused on what I have to be grateful for. No, I'm not going to be losing it. I'm going to be just fine. And yes, I do understand my purpose. I don't know exactly how. And I'm not saying now that I've arrived, but I do understand that things happen. And just because things happen and it's not the way we've planned, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be 100% better than what we ever thought. Besides, ultimately, given any situation, to be our best selves, we are when we're our best selves, we're able to give from our overflow, regardless of the circumstances, from an unexplainable peace, right? Not giving from our lack and our anger and depression and complaining and stressed out self. That's not hot. Nobody wants that. It's like being angry and cooking up a meal and serving it. Ew. I mean, I don't want a meal by someone that's preparing it in anger. No, thank you. So I began teaching classes online. And then that turned out to be a blessing. I'm still doing that. And I was introduced and partnered with an amazing company. Now, with this team, we're able to help even more people who want to be healthy and whole. And honestly, some people just want prayer. And you know what? That's fine too, because I can pray with you and I can pray for you. Now, if you want to be healthier, message me. Or if you're into health and wellness, or you just enjoy helping people and you want to make a difference, or you want to be a difference, you might be a good fit for our team. So message me. Not all, but a lot of us are moms. And it's cool because everyone's doing their own thing. There's stay at home moms, there's teachers, there's nurses, and whatever their thing is, right? Goals, dreams, they're doing that. But then we're all working together for the good of others. It's beautiful, really. The bottom line is you were meant to shine, not be in fear, not stressed with knots in your stomach, pretending to be okay, not holding 20 problems up in the air, juggling them all by yourself, because you can fool everyone except you. And you're probably not fooling the ones that live with you, even if they're little bitty. On their level, they know the truth. You don't have to be alone. Nor do you have to hang out with all the negative Nellies who sit around and complain about their situations and even compete for whose is worse. No, everyone goes through stuff. It's how fit You are spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, when you go through them, given God's help, right? That makes the difference. And it's not about perfection either. You are perfectly imperfect, a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. You do have greatness inside of you. And you probably heard this before, but I love the way Marianne Williamson says it. She says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and you playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about you shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. So as we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I just love that. So share your thoughts and your stories because you may encourage someone too. And if you'd like, I'll leave a link. I have a Shine Radiant checklist. It has 7 steps on it, and then you'll be able to download it. And at the very least, hashtag meant to shine.